Next, on the Bounded SMP. There has been a hidden enemy on the Bounded SMP who has only just revealed themselves.
Die!
Whoa!
I'm dead.
I was just wondering if you heard anything that happened with our fight against the Ender Dragon.
I did hear a little something happened.
We don't seem to have much of an option then.
Oh!
Last time on the Bounded SMP, our server was in distress as we sought answers to many of the questions plaguing our world. After slaying the Ender Dragon, we learned that our server had been placed under bondage by an even higher power than the dragon itself. Our server thought that destroying the dragon would answer our questions and free the world, but instead of answers, we only found more questions. But before I get to those, there are other questions I have not yet answered. For there has been a hidden enemy on the Bounded SMP who has only just revealed themselves. In order to explain this story, I first have to go all the way back to the day of the duel. After Matt killed everyone at the arena, I attempted one last trick in order to take him down. Unfortunately, I came short and failed to protect the members of the server against his tyranny. But there is more to the story than that. You see, while Shadow had secretly been working for me this whole time, her betrayal was not the only surprising twist that happened that day. When I brought Shadow, Burndy, and SK to my base for one last chance to kill Matt, I didn't realize that that would be the biggest mistake I've made that day. And when I teleported Matt into the trap, what happened next, no one saw coming.
Wait, what?
Die!
Whoa!
I'm dead.
What? What? Wait a second. Hold on. Okay.
What happened?
Oh my gosh. You clever man. I was tapped out. You are clever. You're clever. But you're also about to be dead. You're gonna be dead, sir. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead! Get off my server!
What happened to you guys? How'd you die?
We blew up.
Yeah.
He must have been expecting it. Dang it!
He blew all us up.
Now in the midst of all the chaos, we were all clueless to what happened in that moment. How did Matt pull that off? How did he kill them? And did he somehow see this coming? After taking some time to ponder, I began to realize there was no way he could have done it. There was no way he could have possibly been expecting in that moment that I would trap him. And not only that, he would not have been able to place the obsidian needed for the end crystal from inside of the trap. When I looked at the chat, I saw that Burndy and Shadow had been blown up by Matt, and remembered end crystals do not count as a player kill. It was instead because of the thorns on Matt's armor why he got credit for the kill. It was then that I realized it had been SKThree who surprised us all by deciding to side with Matt. Even after he agreed to help me take down Matt at the duel, Matt had been in my clutches until SK literally blew up any chance of me taking him down that day. It was then that I understood. Matt was no longer the only threat on the server. Matt had alliances now, and I first had to take them down before I could deal with him. The only way to unite the server is if I alienated Matt and everything he stood for. That meant first destroying anyone who stood for his tyranny. I knew SK3 would not know that I had figured out his deception, so I decided to first take down Prime. But then somehow SK found out that I knew what he had done, and that I would soon be hunting for him as well. So he decided that he would try and surprise me first.
Alright.
Why
How's
are
it going?
you naked right now? Remind me of that.
Because I like to travel without armor on. Makes it more aesthetically pleasing.
Alright, 1 second. Alright, hopefully. Okay. Chill, kid.
Yeah.
Oh, really? We're gonna play this game?
What's happening?
There goes your totem.
Yep, I got more.
Alright, Belle. I will hunt you down.
After I narrowly escaped with my life, I realized I no longer had the element of surprise, but a bigger threat began to emerge on the server, as we discovered our world was not what it seemed, and that we were indeed in bondage. We decided to unite to free our world from its own captivity, and after slaying the Ender Dragon, we were dismayed to find that our world was all but free. It was instead facing destruction from an unknown source. So I began to search for answers to the power that plagued our world. While many wanted to help us find the answers to these questions, SK disagreed emphatically. He argued that our curiosity was only angering the power and control of our world, and we were in fact leading to our own destruction. He stated we should instead be thankful for what we had, instead of seeking for power that was not ours to behold. We all then went our separate ways, and while many decided to continue with their peaceful lives, I was not satisfied with living in ignorance. I immediately began searching for answers and began with the end cities, the remaining structures from the ancient builders. Before I could make it there though, I ran into SKThree, who felt that I had now become the biggest threat to our world. He even began shooting at me as I stood over the void. Thankfully, I was able to escape his arrows and make it safely to some of the end cities. Even though I got some elytra and loot left behind, the ancient builders left me no answers to help our server with our current problem. While they too had slayed the dragon, they were unable to fight off extinction. As I left the end discouraged, I knew there might be one more place I could look. After we slayed the dragon, part of our world had become free due to the power the dragon once held over our world. While our world was still in bondage, I felt this new land outside our old boundary may hold some answers. So I decided to go there next, but this time I was not going to go alone. I totally just bonked my head on that.
Oh, yep, that happened to me earlier.
Alright, hey JDM, how you doing?
Doing all right. What's going on?
Doing good, doing good. The base is coming along. I like it.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
going.
Yeah, the outside of it too is so like sick looking with everything. I like the appeal of the base. Yeah, it's coming along.
Thank you.
I was just wondering if you heard anything that happened with our fight against the Ender Dragon.
I did hear a little something happened.
So essentially, kind of to give you a synopsis real quick, is we killed the Wither. Me and a friend killed the Wither first, thinking, honestly, I was just trying to get a beacon for some other projects I got going on. And when we killed the Wither, it dropped a book and told us that our world was not a normal world. That there was a reason why we had a boundary on this world. So and it explained that there's a power and control of our world that is stronger than even the Wither, and that it had control of both the beginning and the end. And so we obviously naturally assumed that it would be the Ender Dragon, so we teamed up, all of us, and kind of put our differences aside for a minute to try to save our server and free it. And when we killed the Ender Dragon, we realized that it wasn't the power that the first book was speaking of. And the Ender Dragon left us some words as well, and it explained that it was only in control of the end of our world and not the beginning. So we have to seek the source out of how did we get here, right? And so therefore, like, we've been looking for answers kind of ever since to figure out, what is bounding our world. And the Ender Dragon told us that not only like is there a power that still holds our world down, but that it's going to be the demise of our world. And so we have to figure out why are we bounded and what's going to destroy our world. So I've been going around searching for answers and stuff like that, but I don't know if you got anything going on right now, but I know I could definitely use some help finding some of these answers if you're free at all to help us with that.
Yeah, those are some big questions.
Yes, absolutely.
I guess it's a little bit more important than placing blocks around, so I guess I could lend a hand.
As good as this base looks, yes.
Yeah.
If you wanted to still be here, yes.
Okay, well that's good enough reason then.
Yeah. So I've explored most of the world and have a map up, but there's like a tiny corner that I still haven't explored yet, so I'm hoping that one will yield some answers. But if you don't mind helping me a little bit with that would be very helpful. And I even got an extra elytra here for you. So you can
shiny. This is expensive stuff.
Yeah,
I'll see this every day.
Yep, that's true. So I explored the end for some answers and still didn't find anything out there. I was looking for answers from the ancient builders of the end cities, and I wasn't able to find any answers there. So I'm hoping that maybe there's some answers in the newly generated portion of our world. So here's some rockets here.
Ooh, thank you.
We can get going. So yeah, we'll go straight this way and we'll run into the boundary and then we'll run the boundary down and see if we can find anything there. But the problem is, like, I don't even know what we're looking for. Like, what's going to give us answers to this problem of why we're getting destroyed. I was hoping something maybe along the boundary might help explain it, but... So, the thing is, I don't know if there, like, there's... Like, we got both of those questions and, like, with a little bit of answers from, you know, the Ender Dragon and the Wither, but, like, I don't know who else would give us answers. Maybe, like, the Elder Guardians could give us some answers, but that's, like, that would be maybe my only plausible idea of where to go next, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know if they would have any control over that, but they might have answers. I mean, they are called the Elder Guardians, I guess, right?
Whoa! Wait,
what
holy!
What
I
the
was
heck
not
is this?
expecting this.
What the heck is this? Like,
It's massive.
okay, I mapped out the whole border when we first, like, landed into this world. This was not here. What? Who did this? What the heck?
This is insane.
This goes all the way to build height. Like, who the heck built this? Like, why would anybody, like, want to build a wall around, like, this is literally around the old border. Like, why would someone do that?
There's an entrance here.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, I'm right here. What the heck is this?
That is so orange.
Yeah, seriously, what? Who, like, seriously, why would anybody want... Oh, you know what? It's got to be SK.
You think?
After we killed the Ender Dragon, he was telling us that we shouldn't go looking for answers. And that we shouldn't, like, the old boundary was safe. Like, that's where we should stay. It's got to be him trying to keep people in from exploring the new area and looking for answers, because he's worried that we're only going to cause further destruction. That's the only person I can think of who would go to these lengths to try to keep people out.
Yeah, they have to be kind of crazy to do this. This is not a sane person.
That's factual. I hear villagers too. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I do hear that.
What?
We might have a problem.
SK, is this all you're doing?
Yeah. What are you guys doing here?
Dude, we came here exploring for answers to why our world's gonna end. Why are you doing all this?
Because I told you before, there's no reason to go outside the border, so I'm making my own border.
But don't you want to find out, like, what's gonna happen, like, why our world's gonna get destroyed?
No, why? Don't you think that in us looking for a way to save our world, we're going to destroy it? We've been told that the world is going to end. It's going to be destroyed. It wasn't going to be destroyed when we started this. It didn't. Nothing started going awry until you started messing around with the Wither, and then the Ender Dragon.
Yeah, but we don't know that for sure. That's just when we started finding out answers. It doesn't mean that it said that the end of our world is not. It sounded like it was already, like, in place to happen. Like,
yeah, but how do you know that?
I don't.
How do you know that?
I don't, but all I know now is that the only way we can find answers is if we keep looking. Our world's gonna get destroyed if we don't try and save it.
I'm sure if you just keep looking, you're just gonna keep finding problems. Keep finding things that are just gonna keep destroying our world.
I mean, this looks pretty destructive to me.
It's not destructive, it's safe. It's keeping everything that's outside. No mobs, no nothing outside. If I find anybody outside, I'm gonna hunt them down. Were you guys outside the border? Is that why you're here?
Yeah, I already told you I'm looking for answers. I want to know what's going on.
Well, we don't seem to have much of an option then.
An option for what?
Oh! Up.
What the? Dude, what is wrong with you? This is...
We just need to stay in the border stay in here and not mess with the Elder Guardians or the Ender Dragon or any of that crap. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, keep our feuds between each other and not try to go to these mystical things that's going to end our world.
I'm not okay with just wondering what's going to happen to us. I need answers. I'm not okay with just being ignorant to what's going on.
Well, fine. You can look for your answers, but I'm going to be hunting you every step of the way then.
If you're going to be on that side, then I will take you down.
You already know where I am.
I won't be the only one hunting you down.
And I'm not going to be the only person trying to stop you either.